Hi, it's Jack from Red Dragon Longsword Academy, and in this video we're going to be looking at the Charles de Bois Humour Jacket by Superior Fencing. This is an 800 Newton jacket. So the folks at Superior Fencing sent me an overlay for my mask, a jacket and a pair of trousers. The jacket is the Charles de Bois style jacket, some sort of a 14th century PowerPoint style. I was allowed to choose the pattern material or colorways that they offered. I opted for oxblood red with a gold stitching. So like all custom jackets, this is made to fit the individual. So I sent Superior Fencing all my size measurements with their size guide that they provided when I was ordering this jacket. So something I didn't do, and I think people should consider when they order a jacket that's made of 800 Newton material, is that they should make slight allowances for the fact that this material is a lot stiffer than a 350. This can make your jacket feel a little bit tighter, despite the fact that it will fit you quite well. Movement can be a little restricting, but given the fact that this is a new jacket, I think it needs a little bit of breaking in time and a few sessions in order for it to feel a little bit more comfortable when wearing. So this jacket fastens up straight down the middle. Unlike most of their other jackets, there's no Velcro on this one, it's just a zip. There is Velcro, however, on the collar with their blade catcher, which is quite a nice feature. So the back of the jacket features the retention strap, which is really good if you want to keep the jacket in a little bit. It also features the breathable material, which allows heat to escape when you're fighting, which is quite a nice feature. So inside the jacket, there is a lot of material. This is to house the protective foam padding inserts. However, the sheer amount of material can be a little bit annoying when you put the jacket on, because you can find your arms getting caught in the pockets for the padding. I have taken the padding out due to the jacket being quite padded anyway. I didn't see the need. But these are the foam inserts. They just go in the sort of torso area, the shoulder, and round the side. It's quite thick. This can add a lot of bulk to the jacket and make it feel a lot tighter than it actually is. So you'll notice on the jacket there's a lot of anchor points for elbows and forearms. There's also a couple on top of the shoulder. This is a really nice feature because it allows you to put your protection in the exact place that you need it, as I've had a couple of the other jackets before and they're just off from where I need them, and I've had to run the protection loose without actually attaching it to the jacket. It's not a big issue, but this is a nice feature to stop that happening. So the build quality of this jacket is pretty good. They've really spent a lot of time and effort making sure all the stitching and the anchor points are well secure. The zip itself is a really heavy duty zip, so despite not having Velcro as well, this does feel pretty safe and it's not going to come loose. So here is the jacket on. I have also got the trousers and the overlay over my mask, but I will go in more depth about those in another video. For now, we'll just keep looking at the jacket. So let's have a look at the modular points on this jacket. As you can see, running up along the arm and the back of the elbow are molly loops. This allows you to attach your desired elbow and forearm, and also bicep and shoulder protection. This jacket does feature a solid forearm guard inside that is completely removable. I will remove that as well, due to the fact that I like wearing external forearm and elbow protection. That's just my personal preference. But if you wanted to keep it in and keep a look, then there is some significant good forearm protection inside there. So the jacket is very comfortable. I can move quite well in it. I don't feel like I'm being too restricted, despite the 800 Newton material. That's something that I think will just get better the more the jacket is used. The breathability on the back of it is just a lovely feature. It does, however, take away from the historical nature of the jacket, but given the fact that it's a modern recreation and for tournaments and or indoor training, having that panel on the back just to allow the hot air to escape from your body is a really nice and welcome feature. So the next thing for me to do is take this jacket to my next sparring class and put it through its paces with the guys over at Red Dragon. Okay, so here we are over at the club. I'm just doing a few warm-ups here, just a couple of nice flow drills, trying to stretch my arms out, see what the limitations are in the jacket. Nothing special, just a few Vardy-esque style Italian movements with a little bit of Meyer's German longsword thrown in there just for good measure. So moving around in this jacket is super comfortable. There's no pulling across my chest or underneath my armpits. The jacket doesn't rise up at all, which is really nice. It doesn't really feel like you have to resist the jacket as you do the movements. So sometimes when you've got like an 800 Newton jacket on, it feels like you've got to fight that jacket in order to move. This doesn't feel like that at all. What I will say is that it does feel like it's squeezing you a bit, but not in the sense of it's too tight. It's rather that it's just you're really aware of wearing a jacket that is sort of 800 Newton and big. This isn't really an issue. It's just something that you kind of get used to, especially once you start moving around and doing a few movements. The jacket warms up and it feels a lot more comfortable to move around in. And here is some of our free sparring, and I tried to do as many dynamic movements as I could just to put the jacket to the test. And it was a very hot day, so we were fighting the heat a little bit here as well, so enjoy. So you'll notice I'm wearing my elbows and forearm guards, also superior fencing. I did take the internal foam padded forearm guard out just because I really prefer wearing an external one. And the superior fencing ones are quite good. They allow you to do a lot of movement as they're quite low profile compared to some of the other bulky ones that are on the market. So my final thoughts about this jacket is the build quality is really good, the mobility is great, and it doesn't sacrifice on protection. So if you're looking for a custom built jacket at a really affordable price, then I think you should definitely go over to Superior Fencing, because they have a range of custom jackets and custom materials and colours for your choosing. So here is the jacket as listed on the Superior Fencing website. For more information, head over to www.supfen.com. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time.